The Ahlul Bayt gave everything for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the Battle of Karbala as well. Al-Fadl al-Abbas, we commemorate today, was a person who wouldn't drink water himself until Aba Abdullah had drunk. He is a person who on several occasions throughout the history, when we talk about his life, we always see that he put Aba Abdullah first. He put his master Aba Abdullah first. So inshallah tonight we'll remember Al-Fadl al-Abbas, but before I start from the books of the Maqtal, I just want to say, when Zainab salamullahi alayha was leaving the city of Medina, she had this sense of security because Zainab was told there's going to come a time where people are going to take your veil, you're going to be paraded through the streets of Kufa and Sham. And she always used to say the same thing, that a woman who has a brother like Al-Fadl al-Abbas, how dare anybody approach me? And at the moment when Al-Fadl al-Abbas was asking permission to go and get some water from the battlefield, it was at that moment that Sayyida Zainab says, now I understand what Rasulullah, my father Amir al-Mu'mineen, meant. Now I understand the prophecy of what they said. So reciting from the book, when Abbas saw the death toll rising, he stood up and ordered his brothers to enter the battlefield. His brothers fought and were killed, and now it was time for Abbas himself to enter the battle. He came to his brother Aba Abdullah seeking permission to go fight. Imam Hussein did not want to lose Abbas. Tears filled the eyes of Hussein. Akhi anta hamidul liwa'i. Oh brother, you are the bearer of my flag. If you die, my entire army will collapse and my enemies will rejoice. Abbas replied, I am tired of these hypocrites. I cannot stand the sounds of the children crying out of thirst. The sounds of al-atash is killing me. I want to seek my revenge. When Imam Hussein saw Abbas adamant about fighting, he said, my brother, in kana wala bud fatlub li ha'ula'i al-atfal sharbatan min al-ma. If you must, then go and seek some water for these thirsty children. Abbas immediately mounted his horse. He took the water container and headed towards the river, cutting through enemy lines. He was surrounded by 4,000 troops who shot at him with their arrows, but he did not fear their multitudes. The standard hoisted over his head. He started attacking them, causing them to flee. He managed to reach the river with courage. As soon as he reached the river, it had been 3 days since he had a drink of water. So Abbas took a handful, but then he remembered the thirst of his brother Hussein. Ya nafs min ba'd al-Hussein huni, wa ba'dahu ma kunti takuni. Hadha Husaynun warid al-manuni, wa tashrabina barid al-ma'in. He couldn't drink while Hussein and the children were still thirsty. He filled his water skin, mounted his horse once again. He headed towards the camp. All of a sudden the enemy surrounded him from every direction. Umar ibn Sa'ad said, ensure that the water does not reach the camp. If the water reaches Hussein, he shall not spare any one of you. They started attacking him from every direction, attacking him all at once. Zayd ibn al-Raqad and Hakim ibn al-Tufail were hiding behind a tree, waiting for Abbas to approach. Zayd struck Abbas on his right arm, immediately severing it off. Abbas cried, Wallah, inka tahtamu yamini, inni uhami abadan an dini. وعن إمام صادق اليقين سبت النبي الطاهر العميني. He grabbed the container in his left arm until Hakim came out and severed his left arm as well. Abbas called out, Ya nafsu la takhshay min al-kuffari. Abbas, do not fear the disbelievers. Ya nafsu la takhshay min al-kuffari wabshiri bi rahmat al-jabbari ma'an nabiy Syed al-Mukhtari qad qatahu bi baghyihim yasari. They have severed my left arm. He managed to grab the water skin with his teeth, staying without his 2 arms. He headed towards the camp, but the enemy did not give him a chance. They rained him with arrows, one resting in his eye and one hitting the water skin, causing it to drop, and another pierced through his chest. Abbas was now hopeless. فَوَقَفَ الْعَبَّاسُ مُتَحَيِّرًا. Abbas was perplexed. Why would Abbas, the son of Ali, be perplexed? Because he has no hands to fight with, no eye to see with, and no water to take back to the thirsty children. When the container fell, Abbas lost all hope and stopped going towards the camp. Instead, he stood in his spot. All of a sudden, a wicked man hit him with a metal pole on his head, causing Abbas to fall on the ground. I ask you, O Muslims, when a man falls to the ground, how does he shield that fall? He uses his hands. Abbas has no hands. So how does he fall? He falls over his face. Abbas has an arrow in his eye. Abbas fell on the ground. As soon as he fell, he called Hussein for help. For the first time in his life, he addressed Hussein by saying, "Oh brother, akhi adrik akhak." Oh brother, rescue your brother. Imam Hussein rushed to him, causing the enemy troops to flee from him. Then the Imam began saying, "Where do you flee when you have killed my brother? Where do you flee when you have broken my back?" When Imam Hussein approached him, he first saw the water skin, then the flag was on the ground, then he saw the 2 arms of Abbas scattered on the battleground. Abbas was lying on the ground, an arrow embedded in his eye, an arrow in his chest. Hussein cried immensely. The Imam then began saying, "Oh Abbas, with your death my back is now broken. Now my enemy has rejoiced." So they gathered around them, clapping, singing, laughing. "We have killed Abbas," they said. The Imam says, "Abbas, my back is now broken. My enemy has rejoiced over your death. Abbas, there is no one to support me any longer. Abbas, who will safeguard the daughters of Rasulullah after you?" Imam Hussein tried to take Abbas's body back to the camp, but he refused. He had promised the children to get them water. He couldn't go back empty-handed. So after a few moments, Imam Hussein was seen walking back to the camp, all alone, downhearted, sorrowful, hopeless and weeping, wiping his tears with the sleeve of his shirt. Sakina approached and asked about her uncle. He told her Abbas is gone. Abbas has been killed. Zainab overheard this. She started screaming, "Wa akha, wa Abbasa." "Oh Abbas, we are lost after you," the women cried, and Hussein joined them in crying. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un wa sayalamu alladhina zalamu ayyi munqalabin yanqalibun. Salawat.